Welcome back and thank you for staying with us on Daybreak. Now we're moving on to our phone-in segment, and today we're delving into a conversation that hits at the heart of accountability, governance, and the state of public services in Nigeria. Now, the House of Representatives is considering a bold and controversial bill, one that will compel civil servants and political office holders from a certain level upwards to enroll their children in public schools from primary through the tertiary level. Now, the logic behind the proposed legislation is simple but powerful. If leaders are made to rely on the same public institutions as the average Nigerian, they will be more motivated to improve them. Now, it's no secret that many of our public schools are in a deplorable state: overcrowded classrooms, underpaid teachers, outdated curriculum, and poor infrastructure. Now, while millions of Nigerian children are subjected to these conditions, the children of those in power are often sent to elite private institutions or even abroad for their education. Chairman of the House Committee on Finance, Abdulmumin Jibril, who is championing the bill, made a strong case recently, saying neither the government nor the elites seems truly committed to solving the challenges confronting public education. He urges that funding is not even the main issue. It's about leadership and political will. And he has a point. Many of our most successful professionals, doctors, lawyers, engineers, were products of public schools back in the day. But today, those same schools are struggling to produce students with basic functional literacy and numeracy skills. So here's the big question. Would compelling politicians and civil servants to use public schools really drive reform? Or is this just a populist proposal that overlooks deeper structural issues? What happens to freedom of choice, to the right of parents to choose the best for their children? And what kind of enforcement mechanism could make such a law workable? This morning we're asking you, our viewers, compulsory use of public services like public schools by those in power, is this a smart reform or a misguided policy? We'd love to hear from you this morning. Kindly call in and also send in your messages. What are your thoughts? Now, this particular issue is a very dicey one because, when this is being set from being a minister to a director to, a senior public officer holder, I think that level down will be, a very a good one to start with. But then the big question is really, is this workable? Is this doable? Is it going to work at the end of the day?
Well, Maimuna, we would have to look at it from one perspective. If they have to be involved in using those institutions, then they would do well to see that they are up to par, up to standard, because their children are going to be going to those schools. They are going to be going to those hospitals. They are going to be using those facilities. So obviously they would have to make sure that those facilities are up to par. But then let's hear from our first caller. Hello, good morning, and thank you for joining us.
Good morning, Kiyawa and Adamu.
Good morning.
All right, good morning. What is your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Ade from London.
Good morning, Ade. Thank you for joining us. How is London this morning?
It's very, very cool this morning.
We haven't heard from you in a couple of, shows. Hope everything has been going well.
Everything is fine. Everything is fine. I thought outside London.
All right.
So I was unable to.
All right.
Regarding this compulsory of public service, is it a good idea? It's a bad idea.
All right.
And I'll tell you why.
Go ahead.
If the act of God doesn't know what to do, they should go back to their constituency and ask for which bill they can present. For example, if civil servant or anybody is sending their children to private Who owns the private school? Are they not Nigeria? Who are the people working there? Are they not Nigeria? So that is not an important bill. The bill they should have passed is for them not to bring their children to abroad to study. That's number one. Then they should have compelled the federal government or the Minister of Education to go and repair all the schools, put them in good shape. That is the bill they're supposed to pass. And telling the president that to give the president 90 days to order the Minister of Education to go and put all the primary, secondary and tertiary institutions in proper shape within 90 days. That they should release money to bring it to order. So that's what the bill they should propose. Not that they should not send their children to private. Who are the ones working in private? Nigerians. They should pass another bill that they should not bring their children overseas for studies. That's what is draining our money. How much are they paying private in Nigeria? But foreign students in UK will cost not less than £25,000 per year. They have to pay for their house, pay for their feeding, and pay for institution. So, if you get to some university here, I won't give you their name. Not at least three. You think you are in Nigeria. You will think you are in Nigeria. Go and look at it. Because the majority of students there are Nigeria. Where are the money coming from? And these are foreign students. Foreign students. Because we that live here in Nigeria, our children go to school for free. They will pay later. So because we are here. So, but those foreign students, they pay a lot of money. Where are their parents getting the money from? Before all my children graduated, anytime I go for their graduation, I will see them coming with big car from Nigeria High Commission, VIP. Travel as far back as 200 miles to park when they are free. It's our money. So that's the bill they should pass. Not that they don't pay civil servants. How would they monitor civil servants? Why do they have the power to monitor civil servants that send their children to private? It's a waste of time and waste of bill. That's my own. God bless Nigeria. God bless.
All right, thank you so much, Ajay, for that contribution. And I believe there's a kind of a misunderstanding with the bill. It comes to a point where they made note that from a certain level, that is when it would be imposed for their children, for them, to use public services.
Okay, we have another caller. Good morning, Shatima. Thank you for calling in this morning.
Good morning, Maimuna. Good morning, Huawa.
Good morning, Shatima. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much.
Please kindly share your thoughts.
They have overtaken me without using trafficator. Let me back to the topic.
Okay.
It's a good idea. If at all, they will do it with all sincerity. But I think what they're supposed to do is ban taking their children outside. Because among the public servants, there is a rich class and there is a poor class. But first and foremost, let them upgrade the school. Let them recruit good teachers. Let the teacher salary be attractive, so that the best teachers in the private school, they switch on to the public school. And let them put a good structure. Let them make the school to become friendly for learning. You cannot say the school is private, is the damaged school you ask me to take my children under force. It can't work like that. So roof of the school is off. Look at one school, what they call it in this day, in Abuja. Can you call that one school? Let's make the environment friendly. If you sanitize the public school, believe me, nobody will take his children to the private school. And like what we are hearing in Ghana, you must struggle for public school. If you don't get admission, then you have no choice. Then you patronize the private school. Why? Because they have good facilities. We cannot be deceiving ourselves. And well, we are hoping and we are praying. This statement will become a public statement and not just a political statement. In the talking show, in the talking room. So if they will do it with all sincerity, it's a welcome idea. We welcome it. It's a very good. But truth of the matter is they have to sanitize the public schools. Let them make the salary of the teachers be attractive, and the recruitment of public teachers should be very strict. And all these things are what fatherism, who tell you blah blah blah. You have to work aside. Let it be on merit. If you deserve the appointment, let it give you. Believe me, we have teachers in the public schools who they cannot they cannot construct a good person, and yet they are teaching there. Why? Because they have godfather. Somebody sent them. People tell examination and interview for employment, but yet they will give them appointment. So we have to checkmate all these things. If at all they are sincere, it's a welcome idea, and it will be very good, because all of us we are product of public schools. We know when our leaders have been encouraged by giving them even pocket money for them to study, giving them free uniform, free books. Why all these are privileged? They turn it to a bulletproof car and private jet. All that money goes there. You see, we have to tell ourselves the truth. We have to be committed. We kept our test before we sanitize these things. But we are praying Almighty Allah to bring this privilege for us to enjoy. Thank you so much and happy nice day.
All right, thank you so much, Shatima, for that contribution. He made a couple of points where if it is done right and correctly, it would really make an impact when it comes to making sure that those facilities, the schools, the hospitals are put in line, with proper standards and provided properly, and make sure that each and every person that's involved in driving, those facilities, in running those facilities are compensated properly, especially when it comes to schools, the teachers, when it comes to having classrooms, when it comes to having a good environment for those students, to study as well.
We have another caller on the line. Hello, good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from?
It's Musa Garba from Gombe.
All right, good morning, Musa Garba. Thank you for joining us.
This issue of this public compulsory sending to the public school. Actually, we have a lot to do. Even the environment structure, no stairs, no qualifying good staff. There's a lot of things now. But it's a welcome development, actually. But if you consider all the program regarding the public school, there's a lot of things. Even the environment structures, no qualifying teachers, even the chairs that they used to sit down for the learning process. Some of the states, not even chairs at the classroom. The people they used to sit down on the floor for the learning process. Even the Senate or the House of Reps that they even intended to assign that bit to be, because they have to not allow their attendance to be carried to be either abroad or Niger or any area that is compulsory for them to leave their attendance in Nigeria.
All right, we have lost him. Make sure you do well to call back so that we can hear more on that conversation. And when you look at it, when you look at the aspect of healthcare and with the dilapidation of our healthcare facilities and with, political office holders and those in power making sure that when they are getting treatment, they go out of the country in order for them to get the treatment that they need for their health. And with only Nigerians relying on that healthcare system that we have that is dilapidated, you would see that a change is needed when it comes to...
Absolutely. We have another caller on the line. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Dr. Yusuf Audibala. I'm calling from Zaria, Kaduna State.
Thank you for calling in this morning. Kindly share your thoughts.
Yes, actually, I want to talk about the public schools. It's possible, but it's a long-term plan, actually, because even the structure is not being made for the population. Like the school, the area where I, we have only 4 public schools, but more than 50 private schools. Actually, the population of the area, the public school cannot even take them, one. Secondly, there's inadequate desks for the students, inadequate teacher, taking the ratio of student-teacher. You will see a class where more than 250 students or pupils rather, but with one teacher. It's kind of impossible. Standard, maybe 35 students for a teacher, but you see more than 50 or 250 students with one teacher. It's not possible actually. That's why people are running from the public school to the private school, where they will get a qualitative education. So if the government will provide more structure, more quality teachers, it will be possible. But it's a long-term plan. So I suggest, if they will do that, let them start the working from now, henceforth. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for sharing your thoughts.
Thank you so much for that contribution.
When it comes to provision for education, for healthcare, infrastructure, I mean, these are the basics. These are the basic amenities that citizens ask for. People that are leading them. I mean, but when we have to come to, or rather when we have to get to a point where, these things are being forced on them just so that the systems can be, well structured at the end of the day, it just shows that right from the onset, these people come out and do their things based on,
for me, I ask, where is our patriotism? Where is our act of service? Where is our know-how?
Absolutely. And make this, a compulsory thing for, public servants, senior public, servants to, use this facility so that they get to feel the pain of a common man. I mean, it's so devastating. Hello, good morning. Thank you for calling in. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Hello?
Hello, good morning.
Hello, I'm Dr. Huawa calling from Zaria, Kaduna State here.
Okay, thank you for calling in. Please kindly turn down the audio of your volume of your TV so we can hear you properly. Thank you.
Okay, actually, I want to talk on the school, public school. Here in my area, Sabongari local government, it was very worrisome and sympathetic situation. In the sense that you see, I think we have more than, I can't even count the private schools that are around. And looking at the public schools, you see a school with more than 2,000 pupils. And most of the teachers over there, they are not even qualified. To be sincere, I'm a product of public school. Dogomoti Primary School is one of the schools that I'll give reference to. But if you go to that school today, in Sabongari local government, it's one of the best schools. But so far, I think the pupils over there, they are much. Some cannot even have a stool to sit down. No reading materials, nothing. I'm part of the school, whatever, I think, what are they calling the ex-school graduate students like that. Most of the times I used to go there just to volunteer. But the things over there, I can't even precisely say. Things need to be done. If only the
elites will bring back their children to the public school, I think it's a welcome development. Definitely one of our two things will change, because I still have faith and hope for this our great nation, Nigeria. One day it will surely come to pass. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much for that contribution. We have to look at it intricately with the House of Representatives considering this bold and controversial bill. It is looking at, civil servants, or should I say, as you said earlier, senior civil servants and political office holders, from a certain level upwards to either enroll their children in public schools or, use public healthcare facilities instead of them all the time traveling outside the country, or using private hospitals as well. And, with having, private hospitals and private schools, it is because of that gap that is there, the lack of, standard when it comes to, public schools, when it comes to public healthcare facilities as well. All right, we have another caller on the line. Hello, good morning. Thank you for joining us.
Hello.
Yes, good morning. Thank you for joining us. What is your name and where are you calling from?
Okay, this is Obichuku from Benin, Edo State.
All right, good morning, Obichuku. What is your take on this issue?
Okay, my suggestion is that our leaders and legislators, whether Senate or House, they are lost in tune with Nigerian people. They have a kind of separate themselves from what is on the ground. So how can you be making law and saying that the people, maybe the working class, their children will only be schooling so that when the school will get. But the point I'm trying to bring is that if our leaders know what they're supposed to do, they're supposed to make it a law that the schools in the state should be funded. It should be a law that will back it, that will make it that those leaders in those areas, they will fund those schools and make sure that things are moving proper. It should not defraud anybody wherever you want to school. But the point is that the local school, the schools in the state, let them have facility, let them have teachers that are qualified, so that if I want to send my children to private school, I can do so. If anybody want to go to public school, let them do so. But putting the law, our legislators and leaders, they have lost the local connection. That is why I see all the problem in the country. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for calling. He said our leaders have lost, the local connection. They are not in tune with the people. I mean, it's so amazing and funny that, some of these people holding public offices, when you go back to their background, you find out that really they are not even, from the average class. Some of them have had experiences growing up as to, environments that they've lived. Most of them made use of public schools.
Absolutely.
Hello, good morning, Huawa.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for joining us. All right, the caller is not on the line.
Here in Buare local government. I just want to say something about it. It's a good thing to do, and it's very important. I think in all over the world, public facilities are one of the best. And I just want to pick something from the school section. If you look at the public schools, somebody said something. I think there is no any teacher that is not qualified. There is no any teacher that is not qualified. The only thing is that when you empower them and you do well to them, they will do the best. So I feel every teacher, as long as you have called yourself a teacher is a teacher. It's just that everybody has the area that he is perfect. You have specialists, you have this, you have that. Everybody has his own subject. And I feel every teacher is a qualified teacher. It's just that the morale, maybe somebody is collecting 10,000, somebody is collecting 50,000, and the morale is a little bit down. And I feel if the government empower and do the right thing, and just like the last caller said, to form the public facilities, I think is the best thing. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you so much for that contribution. He said it would be a welcome idea, and making sure that each and every person that is in the that are in those sectors, especially when it comes to education and healthcare, are being compensated properly, which would motivate them more to do what is needed. But then, aside from that, you would have to look at the infrastructure as well when it comes to providing for the people. The infrastructure is not there, equipment and the facility, those go hand in hand. When it comes to the hospitals and doctors and nurses, they're not provided for properly. When it comes to the schools as well, the teachers and the whole structure in itself needs to get a total overhaul. All right, we'll move on to the WhatsApp messages that we have for today. This one is from Ahmed S. Bima Enagi from Niger State. He said, Morning Trust TV, it is a very good idea, but let them upgrade schools and hospitals. Lastly, rich men should use public services too. That will go a long way in Nigeria. All right, he's saying it should not only be, stipulated for those in public service, they should be also stipulated for people that are well-to-do as well.
Absolutely. So we have another message from Mubarak Isa Bakar from Jos. He says, good morning. The government should prioritize increased investment in public services first, ensuring that ordinary citizens can experience and benefit from them to such an extent that public servants themselves admire and willingly use the system without needing to make it compulsory for anyone. Thank you, Mubarak, for sending in your message. I mean, he's really on point.
All right, there's another one that really explained a lot. He said, good morning. On this topic today, state governments like Kano State, etc., should stop using state funds to sponsor children abroad to study, but rather to spend such funds on state institutions to make them of international standard. Well, to me, I feel that, absolutely, that makes a lot of sense to me. Instead of pushing all those funds out of the country, instead invest them in the country so that it can make a wider impact.
Absolutely. We have another caller on the line. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Christopher Ron. I'm calling from Jos Plateau State.
Please kindly share your thoughts.
Yes, I think it is not a good idea to make compulsory the use of public services, because I think it is because government have failed in their responsibility. So, you see, when you make it compulsory, it means that you are not giving the private sector the level playing ground to also do their own bit. You know, when government itself is supposed to be a supervisory role on the private sector. And you see, when you look at the reformation of private schools, you find out that they are not even good enough. But you find out that a teacher who is teaching in a public school is not even confident of the system. If a teacher will be teaching in the secondary school or in a public school, but he's taking his children to a private school, so it means there's a problem. He knows that the system is not good. So it is for government to fix the system and to ensure that teachers are being given the good welfare. I think that's my thought.
All right, thank you so much for that contribution. He made a point saying that they're not giving the private sector a leveled playing field if that comes into play. Well, that in itself makes a sense because when everyone is being compelled or it's made compulsory for them to, use public services, the private sector is out there. But then at the end of the day, maybe that would cut down, all other, they're called mushroom schools, all those schools that are not up to par when it comes to giving education, all those clinics that are not up to par when it comes to providing health care as well.
Absolutely.
All right, I believe we have one last message on our WhatsApp. This is from Ibrahim Ahmadiola, and he says, these politicians are far removed from the community. How many of these politicians can showcase their secondary school today? Governors are building new model schools, abandoning the old schools they attended. Trust TV has to do a documentary on this subject, state by state, in terms of infrastructure, and let us see if so called legislation is warranted. Thank you so much, Ibrahim Ahmed Yola, and for trying to convince Trust TV to make a documentary on this. All right, that is all we have for this segment. Thank you so much for all your contributions. As always, your voice does matter. Make sure you stay with us for our next segment. We'll be diving into intricacies of the food insecurity that's going on and things that are affecting agriculture here in Nigeria. We'll be right back.